Y'all get in here. We gonna talk low because it's late at night. Okay? That's the plan. Y'all get in here. Get in here. Please get in here. Hit the like button. Like this video. Put your like number in the chat. Don't forget your engagement button on the bottom right-hand side, the circle with the heart emoji. We got to talk. Now, today I was going to come in here earlier, but the oddest thing happened. It's something that don't never happen, but I was so happy. Like my day was made. So I mentioned to y'all that I did run down to Ocala over the weekend. So I went to my old church, ran into my folks, and was able to hug on people, love on people. And one of my big cousins called me today, and we just was talking and talking and talking and talking. And it took up a whole lot of my time, but I was so happy to be able to spend that time talking to my cousin. I don't even know the last time that we was able to sit down and just run our mouths like that. It just felt good. You know, sometimes it just feels good to talk with your folks. You know, talk to people that know you. You know, that sure enough know you. And so I enjoyed myself. And so I am late coming in here to talk to y'all about these people. But we're still going to talk about them. And anybody who ain't up to talk with us about these people, they'll catch us tomorrow. They'll catch us tomorrow on the replay or something. But we're going to talk about it tonight. So let me tell y'all what's on the agenda, okay? So, see, it's late night. Child, my hair everywhere. But, you know, it's going to be all right. So, look, it's late night, but we still talking. So what we got to talk about is Shamea and that bizarre appearance on Watch What Happens Live. Because I want to know if I was the only one that saw what I saw when I saw what I saw it in them clips of her on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. And the fact that, y'all, it looked like Andy Cohen ain't feeling her at all. It's some weird energy going on there, y'all. I don't know what to call it, but we're going to talk about it. Plus, we're going to talk about her outfit choice and some of her mannerisms while she was up there. It was just strange. I'm going to tell you, it was strange. Some strange things. It was very bizarre. So we're going to get into that and some of the stuff that was said, right? We got to talk about K. Michelle and her tweets. Lord knows we got to talk about K. Michelle and her tweets, because K. Michelle went to tweeting, and some of the stuff that she was tweeting when she was tweeting what she was tweeting says to me that much like Angela Oakley and Drew Sidora exposed Shamea last year for talking about that girl behind her back, and Britt Eady exposed her for trying to have an alliance against her own so-called best friend, and I do mean so-called. It looks like K. Michelle gonna be the one to expose it this year based on some of the stuff she's saying in them tweets. So y'all just be ready for that. We got to talk about that. We also got to talk about Angela and her video that she posted confirming and proving that Shamea just flat out lied on them people. And I remember we was talking about the sneak peek before the episode came on, and I was like, I hope they didn't do what I think they did. You know, I hope they didn't do that. And it looks like they did not do what production made it look like they did. And then Shamea ran with that story, and that was so wrong. Because I remember I told y'all I didn't like the way they showed it. Drew making faces and everybody looking shocked, and it looked like everybody just took off like roaches when the lights come on, just ran. So I'm like, I hope that ain't what the women did. Well, baby, it looked like that ain't what they did at all. Angela Oakley posted a video, and I feel like Angela is trying to redeem herself because she got caught in that big old lie on Phaedra last year. You know, the June bug, June bug gate, the June bug incident. So now she trying to prove like, okay, I might have lied on Phaedra. I might have cooked up a whole plot on Phaedra, but I ain't lying this time, y'all. And it looked like the sneak peek for next week is showing us that she didn't lie on Shamea either. It looked like she was talking behind that weird man, George. So Angela done posted her video proving what she proved. The fact that they did not just jump up and run out the club as soon as she showed up, to make her feel bad or something. That ain't what happened. Okay. And in all the years, she can still take down. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but how you doing in the vertical? But yeah, so she posted that video. Cynthia done made her comment. So we're gonna talk about that. We also got to talk about the fact that the fans and the fan pages are pulling receipts. Some of these fans are really invested in this show, y'all. They pulling receipts to prove that Kelli need to shut up, and apparently she don't know what she thinks she know about Porsha and Phaedra. Then they pull some receipts on Shamea too. So we got to talk about that because some of that was kind of uncomfortable. One of the things that they pulled that I'm gonna show y'all, I didn't even know this happened. I did not even know this happened, and this concerning Shamea and her jobs. I'm doing air quotes, her jobs. Okay. Yeah. So they pulling all them receipts, child. Then of course the sneak peek is coming up. And I guess it's supposed to be a big moment for Kelli because apparently Phaedra was able to see Jarvis and he's a real person. That still don't answer the question, where did $70,000 come from and why did he buy teeth instead of helping her pay bills? Okay. So all of those things are what we got to cover this evening. Okay. Also, I want to, before we get into the gossip, say a special thank you to Candy Butler and Miss Gardner because they did send me a cash app while we was live yesterday. I think one was when we was live yesterday, and the other one was during the replay. Huh? No, do what you're gonna do, child. Please. Your mama is country, and most of my folks, if they ain't country, they country adjacent. At least they are now. So listen, that's what we finna get into. Matter of fact, what y'all want to do first? Y'all want to talk about the Watch What Happened live first?
The ottoman is like, you just have to carry it, okay?
Mm-hmm. But that's what y'all want to talk about first. Let's get into it. You want to get into that? Let's do that. So, of course, as always, we got the vertical going. The vertical is just to make sure that everybody knows that we're live while we're live. If you're awake, you'll know. And when I end the live on the vertical, be aware the icon for the channel will show you that I am still live. If you tap it, it will bring you to the main chat. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and end that, and we're going to get on into it over here. If you over here, hit the icon and come to the main chat. And if you over here, don't move because you're already in the right place. Now, let me greet who is here. And let's talk about it. All right, who in here? Who is in here? Who we got? Who us got? If you fall, I can try to catch you. I don't know how good it's going to work, but I'll try. Okay. Miss Nisi is here. Hey, girl, thank you for being like number one. Magaline Lamar is number two. How you doing? Miss Sparkle, our resident Mary Kay lady is here. Girl, I ain't forget you. I'm going to call you back. I was on the phone with my cousin, and we was doing this. And you know how it is when you ain't caught up in some years, child, you got to try to catch up on everything. And that's exactly what we was trying to do, catch up on everything. Thank you for being here. Y'all hit that like button. Quiet Storm 87. Thank you for being like number 4. Hey, girl, Brooklyn Queen for you. You hit the button at the same time. And I thank you. Deborah Randall is here. Y'all, Housewives Talk is legal. And she is like number 7. You already know. Okay, you already know. So who else we got up in here? Ooh. What I be doing? Sometimes I wonder about my motor function. Sometimes I think my fine motor function, the motor skills is off. B. Lauren Brown is here, and she's like number 8. Hey, Kat. How you doing, Kat? Kat is number 9. I'm glad you made it, girl. I am DS, D crazy, D amazing, D wonderful. My sister DS is number 10. She's here to run that reflection corner, and we glad about it. Richard Wilson, thank you for being number 12, honey. How you doing? Welcome, family. Glad you made it. Glad you made it. Who else we got up in here? All right, Miss Lovely T. Y'all, we got our emotional support kitty, Garnet. Thank you for being number 14. Garnet, you gonna tell them hello? Not today. You don't want to talk to them today? Okay. Well, she's about to mosey off. At least she's not yelling and being ghetto today, child. We have to take it. A win is a win. A win is a win. Queen of Hearts KS is number 13. How to do? Good to see you. Catherine Bennett is 15. All right, Miss Red, what's going on, girl? Good to see you. I'm glad you made it. Thank you for being number 18. Y'all like this video, share this video. Don't forget your engagement button, bottom heart on the right. Send up the bubbles. You know I need them. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for being 18. And we got our girl Quiet Storm reminding you to hit that like button. Okay. Sean Living Life is number 13. So you sit down and eat a bowl of chili. Where mine? Now that's the inquiring minds want to know. Where is mine? Okay. I hope y'all had a good Monday too. Divatude is number 26. I thank you. DV. What's going down? Thank you for being 26. Linnell, I don't know what number you are, Linnell, but I'm glad you're here. Black Smile, thank you for being 30. I appreciate you. Is that my girl Symmetry? That's who she is. Isn't she lovely? She's number 33. All right, Teresa is 37. So is Kashana. We got our girl Texas Passion. Hey, boo. Thank you for being 39. Y'all come on in, get comfortable, tuck in for the night. Pink Pilates Princess is 41. Hey, boo. Thank you. VJ is 45. Nika J 44. Y'all rolling on in. Listen, I love it. Antoinette is here. DS said we got to talk about Watch What Happens Live first. That's what DS said. So that's what it looked like to me. We're going to get into the Watch What Happens Live, and it looked like a bunch of y'all agree with her. So that's what we're going to end up getting into first. My dog, Brian. What's going on, fam? Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm glad you catching the live tonight, too. Sometimes when we have the ones a little bit later in the evening, we catch some of y'all that don't really have time to break off and hang with us during the middle of the day. So I don't do a lot of the late nights no more. Y'all know in the beginning that we used to have a lot of late nights. So I don't really do a lot of the late nights anymore, but I'm glad when I can, you know, because we do get to catch folks that normally have to catch the replay. So I'm glad you're here, Brian, and thank you for supporting the channel. And McKinney is 36. Hey, girl. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm glad you're here, Brian. Thank you for being like number 52. All right, all right. Jay is a Gym 8 is 56. We got our girl all the way from Birmingham, UK, Yvette in the house. Our Birmingham beauty is number 58. And I thank you, Miss Weedy Pooh. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being 62, ma'am. All right, all right. My girl Shakuru. What's up, sis? Make sure y'all hit the like button, okay? And number 57 on the TV. That's my sis. I know that's right. Rochelle, thank you for being number 61. How you doing? I'm glad you're here. Toke, what? All y'all out to bed? I'm thinking everybody gonna be asleep. It was gonna be one or two people. We was gonna get our gossip off, and y'all was gonna catch the replay. I was wrong. You started hitting the like after the show because it's like me. It lets you hype the video. Oh, okay. I feel you. Tracy Lashley, thank you for being 62. Too Adorable is 64. Y'all ain't got to whisper. Y'all fine. Move my stuff out the way. Y'all know I ain't touching. I don't put on no. I ain't in no studio, and I ain't got no studio persona. Do what you want to do. Katua Bay, thank you for being 64. All right. Y'all pardon my babies behind me. If y'all see young people with good legs and stuff, those children belong to me. Katua Bay, thank you for being 64. Leah Brittany, how you doing? You like the late night shows, girl? We in here tonight. We got to talk about these heifers and these hookers. DT, hey boo. DT is reminding y'all to hit that like button. He is number 69, and I thank you. All right. Couture Bay said, yes, good legs. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Ain't it funny how we go from bragging on ourselves to now we have to brag on good stuff on young people that happen to belong to us? Isn't that nice? See how the world works? It's the circle of life. Aaliyah Brittany, thank you for being 72. Now listen, first things first. Let's get into Shamea on this Watch What Happens Live. Now I'm going to tell y'all what I saw, and y'all tell me what you saw. Child, these children healthy, ain't they? Boy, I tell you. So listen. This Watch What Happens Live appearance to me was bizarre. The first thing that we got to talk about, and I'm not going to pretend like I didn't see, was the similarity in her outfit and the outfit Porsha had on in last night's episode. So now, of course, you know, she was aware which episode was going to be playing on the night that she was on Watch What Happens Live. I think it was odd. Straight up, I think it was odd as hell for her to go put on an outfit that was that freaking similar. That was crazy to me. Like, who does that? I ain't never seen nothing like that. So we're going to get into that. Oh, real quick. Remember to misspell your cuss words. Greet everybody. And if it's your first time, please tell us in the chat or put FTL for first time live. Okay? No bickering, no arguing. Keep it cool. And I don't like nobody on the show. So whoever gets dragged, I'm not responsible. Okay? They should have did what they were supposed to do. Now, I didn't understand why we had to have the outfit that we saw on Watch What Happens Live. I thought it was very interesting. Porsha's dress on last night's episode had the keyhole cut, the peekaboo cut or keyhole cut on the dress. Then When Shamea comes on Watch What Happens Live, she in the exact same color. And not only did she have a keyhole cut, this crazy heifer had it shaped, and it was in the shape of an actual keyhole. I said, what the hell is going on here? What is going on? Is this intentional? Is it not intentional? I don't always, call things as soon as it happens or when people first say things, because, we can see something a certain way and it don't mean we right. We could be wrong about it. You know what I mean? Is there ice in the kitchen, baby? Oh, dang. Did you put juice in the refrigerator for me? Okay. Okay, would you? But when she did the Carlos King interview, right? I saw it. I saw the same thing y'all saw. But I didn't really speak on it too much because I'm like, it could be a coincidence, right? Jay as a gym said, I was thinking that Shamea mom is a witch and grooming Shamea to be Porsha. DT said it was absolutely intentional. That's what it's giving. It felt like, oh, I'm gonna show y'all I can do everything she can do. Even if it's an outfit, I can wear the same outfit. It was just weird, dog. It was weird. Listen, y'all been saying it. I was trying to see it from another angle. I'm gonna be honest. It's not, a lot of times when y'all tell me stuff, it's not that I'm trying to disagree or be contrarian. I just be trying to look at it from a different angle. And the angle that I was trying to look at it from was she just want the fame. She just want to be popular. I don't think, my mind was telling me like she don't really want to be Porsha. Like that ain't it. I think it was just like, let me kind of do some of the stuff she do, because if what she do make the people like her, if I do it, then maybe they'll like me too. That's the way I took it, right? So when the Carlos King interview happened and she had on an outfit that I know for a fact we have all seen Porsha in, like I remember when Porsha wore that thing, because I was like, is that supposed to be like a sexy abominable snowman? Like what the hell Porsha got on? Like some of the stuff is so bizarre to me, because y'all know I get picky-fied when it comes to fashion and stuff. And Lauren, you're right, it was almost the exact same hairstyle again. So when I seen Shamea in the outfit, yeah, it caught my attention, because I'm like, but whatever, maybe she liked that style. Maybe they bought the outfits at the same time. These girls was friends at a point. So I wasn't gonna just jump. Yeah. Okay. So I wasn't gonna jump to no conclusions on that, because it legit could have been anything, right? Even though the hairdo that she had, you hurt your foot, baby? Okay. Even the hairdo that she had talking to Carlos King was identical to a hairdo that Porsha had. Like it was obvious too, you know what I'm saying? But still, maybe that's a wig they bought at the same time. Maybe she liked that hairstyle too. But then this go around, I'm like, Lauren Brown is correct. The hair was very reminiscent of how Porsha's hair was that evening. She wore an outfit that was reminiscent of like a different spinoff of the same outfit. So I'm like, sheesh. Not Dia saying the Wish version. Lord. I think she maybe was trying to find something similar that wasn't identical, because maybe she thought people wasn't going to clock it, or maybe she knew people was going to clock it and didn't care. But she's trying to look like the Madame Tussauds version of Porsha. Madame Tussauds do get it wrong real bad. Hey, boo, what's going on, Belicious? What's going on? I'm glad you made it, baby. Y'all see it, right? Yeah, Porsha wore it better, because Shamea needs a different type of clothing. And that's not a diss. That's just reality, because we all women. It's some men in here. Shout out to our brothers. But we women, for the most part, y'all know what I'm saying. Women have to dress for their body type. Shamea has a more lean body. So she needs to wear things that, that fit her differently. She needs to do things that don't make her shoulders look wide. Because sometimes when a lady is very slender, her shoulders can look wide in certain outfits, especially when they kind of have that V shape a little bit. And she has a very nice tapered waist, all that good stuff. So you just have to be mindful of your body. She's not real bodylicious. She's not very, thick bodied. We know she enhanced the curve or two, but she's still not extremely curvy. If y'all get what I'm saying, her hips are not very broad. So when you put on certain stuff, You just have to be mindful. So when she does wear some of the things that are similar to some of the stuff that Porsha wear, yeah, of course Porsha gonna look better. That don't mean that she just better, but she looked better in it because Porsha dressing for her actual body and not dressing to try to, look more like somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Because vice versa. If Porsha start trying to wear stuff that'll look better on Shamea, guess what's gonna happen? Then Shamea will look better in the same outfit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we being fair. If we're being fair. So, like, yeah, of course, Porsha look better in something. Hey, political junkie, thank you for being 84. You gonna look better because you being yourself. I can't go and put on what Deborah put on and then try to outdo. I can't beat Deborah being Deborah. That's what I'm basically trying to say. I can't out Deborah. Same thing with Teresa. I can't out Teresa. Teresa gonna be the better Teresa every day. If I try to give y'all the bootleg version of Teresa, like, let me show you my version of Teresa, it's gonna look silly. You know what I'm saying? It just would. Nika J says she even wants to go naked hair in her head. Now she better not go buy one of them wigs and put it on. Delicious say, did Shamea do some work on her face? She looked different and I couldn't put my finger on it. She did look different last night, but I felt like maybe it was a makeup thing. I mean, because when would she have had time? Because you go get work on your face, it's gonna be bruised up and swollen and all that for a long time. So her face looked the same to me. It just looked like maybe it was a makeup thing that was going on. But I'm gonna tell y'all something else I saw that made me real like cringe, like really, really cringe. Jay as a gym mate says Shamea's acting like Clarissa, and is. I said that yesterday. That Shamea is doing to Porsha what Clarissa Shields is doing to Remy Ma. And mind you, in both cases, you're not hurting those women, but you're making yourself look bizarre. VJ said Porsha did look stunning in that dress. She did, like old classic Hollywood. Well, I think Pinky Cole hit the nail on the head. It was given Betty Boop. Shamea snatched that wig off of Corn Silk Cabbage Patch Kid. Listen, behave, DS. I ain't want to open the corner tonight. It was the makeup too. It was everything. But I'm gonna tell y'all something else, and I don't know if y'all saw this or whether I'm too analytical, because I know sometimes I can overanalyze things. Yes, absolutely. Because you hit the nail on the head. I was searching for the word and I couldn't find it. Shamea has a more athletic build, which is beautiful. Like, you can do so many things when you naturally have lean muscle and a lean cut to your body. Like, why on earth would you want to look like somebody that's thicker? Not saying there's nothing wrong with Porsha. Porsha is absolutely gorgeous, honey. Her curves got curves, okay? Beautiful. But the world would be boring if the Lord made us all the same. Everybody got something different. I've been designing and making clothing for women for close to 30 years, actually over 30 years at this point. And I'm here to tell you, God gave everybody something. Like, there's nobody that didn't get nothing. You got something. So accentuate the something you got, maybe, instead of trying to dress for something that you ain't never finna get. Because let me just say this, when it comes to the whole doctor thing, you can purchase things, but it doesn't change your body type. If you have a lean build and you go do something to make your butt poke out, your butt is now poking out on a lean build. And it might look odd because your body may not be built for what you just added to it. Jay is the gym mate. Thank you for the super chat. She said, laughing her butt off. Shamea heard you saying she dressed like Elvis. Blame sis on the phone. It's her fault. Because she the one started that, and I just agreed. But she was dressing like Elvis. She was with the fringe and the shoulder pads. That didn't mean dress like Porsha. Dress like you, Shamea. Just stop dressing like you in Jailhouse Rock, mama. Oh, Lord. Shamea, the reason your clothes need to be ironed before you leave the house. Shamea is the reason. You so crazy, DT. It's all Shamea's fault. Lord. Divine Miss M, thank you for being like number 90. Y'all hit the like button, please and thank you. Please and thank you. All right. We got Giovanna Yvette official. How you doing? Welcome, pretty lady. Welcome. If this is your first time, please let us know so we can welcome you personally and individually. We're happy to have you. Okay. Now Brian said, remember when Kenya called Porsha Elvis in season 9 reunion? I don't remember that, but I'm sure it was close to accurate. Chandela said, I'm late, but I'm here. Thank you for being 93. So I saw her do something else last night that threw me off. I'm almost ashamed to say it. I'm almost ashamed to say it. Are y'all saying her makeup was lighter? Let me take another look at this girl makeup because I don't want to believe that she used no lighter foundation. And Porsha's so shady. Porsha's so shady. She done posted a picture of herself and Phaedra in that dress from last night, but I feel like any other time she would have posted it on the night of the show. I don't think it's a coincidence that she's posting it now because everybody is pointing out that Shamea tried to wear a similar look. I don't think it's a coincidence. I don't. Porsha being shady as hell. It's funny. She got every right to it, but she darn sure being shady. But let me go see. Let me go see if, in fact, Shamea used lighter makeup last night. I don't think she did. No, she didn't use lighter makeup. That's her right complexion. That's her right complexion. But I can see what she did different with that makeup. I see what she did different. Wait a minute. She tried to do the cat eye thing, and she normally doesn't do the cat eye very much. I'm not gonna say nothing though. Not her face was stiff like Botox. Maybe she wasn't comfortable with the makeup that they put on her. She kept bringing up the ambassador go naked click in her confessionals. Yeah, she did a lot of strange things. Portia's a stallion. Did y'all see her throw that log? Mm-hmm. I told y'all that big old girl is strong. So listen, I gotta say it because if I don't say it, it's gonna bother my nerves that I did not say it. Okay, it bothers my nerves. Pink Pilates Princess says maybe thicker is the look the girls try to achieve in Atlanta. It's not just Atlanta; it's in the South and in the Black community, Black Americans. Yeah, everybody kind of leans toward. Everybody want to be thick. Everybody want to, be Miss Big Old Booty. Everybody want to be the girl that got a donk. It's cultural, and I get that. But I feel like some things that are cultural norms, we need to normalize telling our girls that their bodies are okay, even if you ain't got a big old booty. We need to normalize telling them you're okay, even if you ain't shaped like a figure eight. I personally see things a little different because I have been one of the fashion girls for a long time, and not fashion girls as in I run around robbing Peter to pay Paul to buy labels. I mean, as in I create, I study, I'm a student of fashion. So when I see women's bodies, I see beauty in your body, regardless of how it's shaped. When I look at women, I start immediately looking at ways that, if we change this and move that, you're going to look like your absolute best. But that's definitely one of those things that is cultural. And other communities of Black people globally have norms and things that they like too. But I can speak for my folks. Black American people, everybody want to be thicker. Why you think everybody running around here was doing like K. Michelle and putting silicone in their butts and all this stuff? Because there are pressures to do it. And the same people that will shame Black women for not having the stereotypical body type are the same people that'll turn around and shame them when they try to go and get it because you picked at them and poked at them and over criticize them for not having it. When in reality, women are women. And whereas a greater amount of our women may be made a certain way, it's perfectly okay if you're slender. It's lovely. It's artistic. It's gorgeous. Listen, God don't make no junk. I'm going to just leave it at that because that ain't what I'm here for. Shamea do be giving you ain't got nothing but a hound dog with her fashion. Not ain't got nothing but a hound dog. Y'all gonna make me open that reflection corner. Mm-hmm. She's definitely a lot of people's body goals. She looks great. What she did before she did whatever she did to her butt. The interview gives Shamea got exposed at the reunion. That is what it looked like to me too. So I'm gonna tell y'all what I saw because I didn't want to say it. Hey, Camille Fun, hit the like button. She definitely did her makeup like Porsha. She tried. She tried her best to do her makeup more like Porsha. It was obvious. It was very, very obvious, and it was creepy. It was very creepy to watch. I wasn't gonna say it, but since you said it, I'm gonna go ahead and high five through the air, cross the airwaves. You ain't lying. She did do her makeup the same style with the cat eye, and trying to pull it up because Portia's eye naturally has like a downward slope, which nothing wrong with that. She's a lovely lady, but when they do her makeup, they intentionally exaggerate the doe eye or the cat eye to kind of give her eye a lift, because Portia's eye, when it's natural and nothing's on it, it kind of curves downward. She has a naturally like downward sloping eye, so I understand why they do it. Shamea doing that type of makeup looked a little like, I don't know about this. Like, it wasn't bad, but it was weird. It was strange. Auntie Kimmy, hey girl, where you been? Thank you for being number 96. Super different. But the thing that sent me, and we're gonna get into what everything she had to say, but we got to talk about this look and the mannerisms first because I can't let it go. Hey, 3Buckhead. Yeah, her foundation absolutely was a perfect match to her skin. Her foundation was a perfect match, but it was really strange to watch her do what she did. Deborah said, I think she was trying to look like Olandria from Love Island. At first, I thought they changed the guest spots. Well, the thing is, her face shape and facial structure is similar to Olandria. Her complexion is similar to Olandria. She's got a thinner body. Like I said, it's gorgeous. So, of course, when you change your makeup style, you might look more like one person than the other person. But she, Shamea is pretty in her own right. She's pretty in her own right. Okay. Miss Nieces say, I'm thick. I take after my mama's side of the family. Well, God bless you, baby. Ain't nothing like some grits and eggs, but ain't nothing wrong if a girl is slim. It's equally as beautiful. And it should be treated that way. Nika J said, I wonder if her husband noticing the changes with her this season on the show. I mean, how could he not? He in the house with her. You know what I mean? Con Johnson, thank you for being 143. But what I saw, I'm sorry, 111. She corrected it. Yeah, it was a little creepy. Nakia Washington, thank you for being 111. But what I saw, y'all, that really sent me, I'm going to ask y'all something before I say this. Have y'all noticed when Porsha be all made up and she talking, she got a habit of licking her tongue out to the side? I guess she be licking makeup or something. Some of us are just touch. If we feel like our lipstick is doing that thing, the thing the lipstick do where it kind of gets caught up in the corners of your mouth, and don't nobody want the lipstick ball. You definitely don't want to have a white piece of white spit or anything. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all ever noticed that. I noticed it because it bugs me that Porsha does that. And don't judge me. It be the smallest things that catch my attention, and it irritates my nerves. And it has always irritated my nerves that Porsha will be talking and go, because your tongue looks long, it looks weird, it looks creepy. Y'all saw that, right? And Pink Pilates Princess say Michael be talking about it. It's a weird thing, right? So why was Shamea doing that on Watch What Happens Live last night? Would anybody like to explain that to me? Anytime she had to talk for more than a minute, she was talking, and I've never seen Shamea do that. The only person I seen doing that awkward crap was Porsha. Last night, Shamea started licking the corner of her mouth. I said, see, at that point, okay, Katurba says she be licking her teeth, but try not to. Okay. Thank you, you so much for being new. Y'all spam the chat with the word welcome for Flowers Blooming 2003. Welcome, honey. New subscribe. I hit the like. Soon as I came in, I just wanted to say Shamea looked like she's been crying for a week last night on Watch What Happens Live. I hope she wouldn't. Mm-hmm. I hope she wasn't, girl, but welcome. Y'all spam the chat with the word welcome. Yes, she was, Yvette. She was licking the corners of her mouth. And I'm sitting there like, the first time she did it, I'm like, yo, I think I'm bugging. I'm tripping. Yep, it's the lipstick thing. Mm-hmm. But all of a sudden, I'm noticing you're on here, on this show, licking the corn. I've never seen Shamea do that. We've seen Shamea at reunions. We've seen Shamea at events, at parties. We've seen her dolled up. We've seen her over the years. I ain't never seen nobody else on that show, including, but especially Shamea, doing this. Never have I seen it. And when I saw her do, I was watching to hear what she had to say. And when I saw her do it, it bugged me out. Yvette said she's going to say she did it on purpose when she realized everybody noticed she dressed like Porsha. Yo, she's weird. Blessed woman of God, thank you for being 119. Listen, y'all, 40 people not hitting the like button is egregious. That's the word that, the shot heard around the world. Yeah, definitely been studying. And I just want to say this. Do you know how much you have to study a person to start copying their facial tics? That would be like me watching any one of you and noticing when you say certain words, when you stretch your eyes, and make sure I stretch my eyes every time I say the same word. Like, that's weird. Like, this ain't normal. Georgia Pete say this is creepy. Is Shamea a changeling? Wait, is Shamea is changing like this? I'm not a fan of hers. Yeah, I don't know what to call this. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I don't know what to call it. Hey, Linda Gamble, thank you for being 124, honey. Lord, Georgia Peach say this is why Angela told her to find her own identity. Yo, Auntie Eva, this Rudy is hell. This Rudy is hell. Now, I was trying not to say it. Last night, I just had to break down and say it because enough is a dadgum enough. This Rudy is hell. BJ say Destiny Swap. It's definitely some mirroring going on. It's some funny stuff happening here. And I'm trying to figure out, like, with certain stuff, like with the mouth licking and all that, y'all, it made me uncomfortable to the point that I'm like, am I tripping? Is anybody seeing this but me? Am I the only one seeing this? Like, it's a lot. And keeping notes on everything Porsha has done, apparently down to licking the corner of her mouth. That's weird. You're not going to convince me that ain't any one of y'all. If you're not watching me on your phone, pull up the clips from Watch What Happens Live on your phone and tell me you don't see her doing that. Oh, child, we going to get to K. Michelle tweets. That's coming next. That's coming next. Divine Miss M says Shamea seems out of touch, confusing reality show from reality. Very, very, very weird. Very weird. Oh, we're going to get into her mentioning that woman child again, because that creeped me out. It was super creepy, and I don't understand, whether they know we can see them. I'm still calling roots on why they trying to get their hands on this woman child. It's strange at this point, because if you can say that you a hoe, your mama a hoe, y'all generational hoes, if something's a generational curse, that would mean that it's in the baby too. Why would you want your hands on that baby unless you got plans for that baby? Just married 23. Hey, boo, thank you for being 133. It's getting freaking weird. It's just getting freaking weird. I'm sorry. And this is coming from somebody who don't like none of the women on that show. There's not one woman on that show that I'm a fan of. Not one. When I say not one, not one. But on the outside looking in, this don't make no sense. It's not making sense. So let's play some of the things that she said, "Ooh, child, the things she said, Lord, the things she said." Mm, mm, mm. Why, Jesus?
She could be a better friend to you, starting with Angela. Angela, stop looking for drama on me, mess on me. Focus on your home life and not me. Phaedra. Phaedra, don't be a whack brat. Like, just a whack brat. A cool friend. Okay, what about Porsha? Porsha. I mean, good luck. Okay. Kelli. Kelli, best friend. No, it's needed. Okay. Drew, I'm happy that with things right now. So, carry on that anthem singing, girl. I'm supporting. I'm clapping. Man, we might even do a duet at this point. Okay, I love it. Pinky. Pinky, come on, TED Talk. Give me some business ideas, girl. You see my rom line didn't launch. Okay. No. K. Michelle. K. Michelle, just stay the course. You ain't got to jump ship or choose teams. You can be everybody's friend, girl. All right. Thank you, Shamea. I'm going to turn the tables.
So let's talk about that. We're going to talk about that because we got to get into K. Michelle. We got to get into K. Michelle. Before we get to K. Michelle, she's back to talking about Angela's family life. Focus on your family life. Shamea, that's what got you called a hoe the first time. I'm going to say it again. Now, let me do it. Let's all do it. Right? You got called a hoe the first time for talking about that woman home. For talking about her family. Telling her, try to keep your husband home. That's how you got called a hoe the first time, honey. Now you on Watch What Happens Live. You still talking about focus on your family life. If you want to say stop trying to find drama on me, hey, focus on something else. You ain't had to go back to talking about this lady family because the minute she go back to calling you a hoe, you gonna cry and say she came for your marriage when she literally came for your coochie. Then when she gets to K. Michelle, she not realizing you literally telling on yourself with all this talking. Yeah, Phaedra don't be hanging with them. She be around Porsha, but she don't be around the rest of them like that. Pink Pilates Princess said we need a royal family collage of us all doing the same pose. Yes, we all need to do the like a nut, just lick on your mouth like Porsha. But listen, why would she say stay the course? Which course is it that you're telling K. Michelle to stay? Lady Rowe, thank you for being 137. Like, can we be for real? She said, K. Michelle, stay the course. What do you mean stay the course? Which course was she supposed to be on, Shamea? What course was she supposed to be on? Was it the pretend Porsha did something to her course? Was it the pick a beef with Drew that don't make no goddamn sense course? Which course was it? Talking about, oh, you could be everybody's friend. Apparently not. Because when Kelli made up with Porsha, you threw a hissy fit, called your mama crying and picked the fight at dinner and said, your mama's a hoe. Let me touch your kid. So what are we saying? What course should she have stayed? Say it's not that bad. I think it's the type of lip gloss. It's the lip gloss that make you lick your mouth. Tell me what brand so I don't never buy it. Andre Shannon say Phaedra part don't hang with the Real Housewives. Oh, you said that already, baby. I guess you was retyping it because you would misspell her name. Yeah, how did we get here? Stay the course. Stay the course. The Titanic with her course, right? We going down with the ship. That's what it sounds like to me. Talking about you don't have to jump ship. You mean you wanted her to go down with the ship, like Kelli? See, what Shamea's not understanding is that Kelli had to go down with the ship because Kelli was staying in your townhouse, and she probably still is. Hey Mari. Mari said, of course, her mama tried to put her on in that alliance in the club. Yes. Hey, Queena, KP Gill. Thank you for being 138, sis. But look, we're gonna get into K. Michelle tweets. Just hold on. Let's go on and get it out the way. Because K. Michelle didn't like the state of course and jumping ship and all that. Because naturally she felt like you trying to put something out to make people feel like I've abandoned you or I did something to you or I did you wrong in some way. And apparently K Michelle wasn't feeling it. Now that's what I'm gonna say. K Michelle was not feeling it. She was not feeling it. So let me try to get the tweets. Hold on, got and picking. Because K Michelle was at it today. I know Richard Wilson had sent me some of them, but I was trying to grab something that had all of them. Cause she went in. She went in. I guess we might only get two of them because I'm just not seeing everything, and I'm not gonna dig for all of them either. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm not gonna dig for all of them. These are the two main ones, so these are the only ones that really count anyway. These are the only ones that count anyway. Because I need to know a couple of things. I have a couple of questions. About what she meant about some of the things that she said. I have questions. And y'all might have some of the same questions, actually. Y'all might. Well, you know what? I'm gonna just go to her on Twitter. That's what I'm gonna do. That way we ain't got to worry about do we have the right stuff. JS and Jim says sorry, it's Pisces people, but Shamea acts like a Pisces woman. I knew not. She does have a lot of Pisces tendencies. I don't know what if she got any of them placements, but she do have Pisces tendencies real bad, super bad. Shamea saying stay the course is her telling on herself again. Yeah, what course? People are allowed to get to know you, form opinions, change opinions about you. Why is it a course? Why is it a team? Why is it any of those things? And yeah, he did. We're gonna get there. Let me go ahead and pull up this Twitter child. Yeah, but see, Andre, it's easy to write K Michelle off and say she's having a Twitter rant. And I think that's what people do when people have less emotional control. Anytime they speak out about something, we automatically dismiss it as, oh, you being crazy. Sometimes we got to read between the lines. Is she crazy? Yes. Could she be telling the truth? She could. Could she be lying? She could. A lot of things could be true. But we gonna read between the lines tonight. We ain't just taking one side and running with it and writing her off as crazy, because I think that's what Shamea is counting on. If K Michelle decides to expose her, then it's gonna turn into don't listen to her, she crazy. And I'm not gonna do that to her. I'm not gonna do it to her. Now, when she wrong, I'm gonna call her wrong. But if she says something just because she said, that don't mean we automatically write that off. I don't think that's nice, and I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna hear her out. Now that stuff with Drew, I was like, girl, I can't go with you there. I don't like Drew, but I ain't seen Drew say nothing about you with that man. So I couldn't go with her on that. But let's hear you out. And I just don't believe Kay is lying about everything. I believe some of the stuff could be in her head, but I believe some of this stuff, based on the things that she's saying, some of the things that K Michelle is saying is way too specific to just be something that she made up in her head. We can't just write everything off as mental illness. We can't. I don't think that's not something I'm going to do. That's not something I'm comfortable doing. So I'm not going to be doing that. Okay. So let's get into her tweets, child. Let's try to get into it, and hopefully we can start where it started, because she had a lot to say. Lord knows she had a lot to say. Hold on. Y'all give me a second. I'm trying to get to it. Okay, so let's start from here. Let me go ahead and share the screen. Let's get into it, child. Hey, my sweet. Thank you for being 144. Shamea has not denied any of K. Michelle's rants. Even what Porsha said, why hasn't she sent them a cease and desist if they lying? Child, because she don't want them to go ahead and start telling details. Thank you so much for being 144. Brian said, I believe Kay telling the truth about their relationship. She wrote for Shamea too hard and now she upset about it. Yes, absolutely. She's definitely upset about it, but she absolutely wrote really hard for Shamea. And she shouldn't have. She shouldn't have. K. Michelle had no business trying to fake beef with nobody for Shamea. Shamea is grown. Shamea is grown. And it comes to a point now. It comes to a point. Shamea is a grown woman. K. Michelle up there trying to act like the big bad wolf. Oh, you can't get with them. I'm going to get with them for you. I'm going to straighten them out for you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. When in reality, K should have minded her business because everybody was being kind and genuine with her. There was no pre-existing beef with her. She should have just taken her time, gotten to know everybody on her own instead of listening to Shamea and trying to pick a fight. And when when it came to Pinky, she didn't even try to like say, hey, fight for me, take up for me. I think her strategy with Pinky was, I'm going to just lie on Phaedra and say, Phaedra said she saw you eating meat. That's what I'm going to do. And it was crazy because when she got caught lying, she tried to laugh it off. Like, no, you lied on this lady. And in the moment when Phaedra said, no, I didn't say that, and Shamea immediately tried to lie on Phaedra to her face, like she lied on Drew to her face. Yes, you did. And she was like, no, I absolutely did not. It was in the confessional, actually. She didn't even admit that she lied on Phaedra in real time to her face. What she did do was get in her confessional and said, well, Phaedra do be recording calls, so if Phaedra say she didn't say it, she probably didn't say it. Right, VJ. K didn't know it was fake. She was believing Shamea and her mama. Right, because normal mothers, number one, don't get in children mess, because even once your children grown, they still children to you. Mamas don't normally get in children's mess. And then two, ain't too many mamas gonna come and lie for their child to get you to go jump on somebody for them, or get you all involved in that. That's not normal stuff that mamas do. So I'm gonna give her a little bit of the benefit of the doubt that maybe she thought it was some validity to what Shamea was saying because the mama was saying the same thing. Maybe she really believed some of this stuff. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I don't know why K. Michelle was stupid enough to get involved in Shamea's stuff, like, oh, take up for me, fight for me. And in reality, that's what a lot of Shamea's fans are doing, running around like, oh, nobody's taking up for Shamea. Nobody's defending Shamea. Shamea's grown. Nobody's defending Porsha. Nobody's defending Drew. Nobody's defending Angela. Everybody defending themselves. But it's almost like that's the type of energy that Shamea is cultivating around herself. So after the comment, yeah, Linda, you right, girl. Mamas don't be going in the club with their daughters and their friends. Sure don't. Hell no. I ain't going. I'm to the house. I'm put up. But let's get into some of the things that K. Michelle was saying before it went sideways. So yesterday she was like, oh, I'm scared of cemeteries. And I went through something life-threatening that I'm just ending less than a week ago. I didn't want to bring down the mood. It was just my real life. Even being past it now, this is something I will talk about forever and save some people's lives. And she said, get used to it, right? It definitely was a mood killer. I don't know why she felt the need to do that right then. But then at the same time, Phaedra, why the hell did you take them women to a cemetery? So it is what it is, right? So then she says, I enjoyed Scotland so much. The club, the friendships grew stronger. That was the first time for me I completely bonded with the group and got to loosen up and be myself. I also got to see some things I needed to see. One thing that I'm going to say about this comment right here, this one in particular, y'all, this comment, this is what I think sent Shamea in a different direction with the, oh, you jumping ship or you changing course. Okay. You're new, so I'm gonna help you understand something. We talk about opinion. So you give your opinion, I'm gonna give my opinion. Make sure that you real respectful with your opinion, because we real respectful in here. We drag these hookers and we don't drag each other. All right. So be careful. But yeah, that's my opinion. I don't see nobody defending Porsha because she don't need no defending. All these women is grown. Cynthia can defend herself. Shamea can defend herself. Angela can defend herself, and so forth and so on. I don't see nobody defending nobody. I see a bunch of grown women running their mouths. I see grown women inserting themselves in other people's conversations, but I'm not seeing nobody defending anybody. That ain't what I saw. Now, if you saw something different, please put it in the chat. And as I said, watch yourself when you do so, because this ain't nobody fan page. I'm not a fan of nobody. And if your fave get drugged, just stay tuned. I might end up dragging somebody you want to drag next week. You never know with me. It could be anybody. Every one of these hookers done been drugged across the porch. Okay? Every one of them. But I don't see nobody defending nobody. Now, if you seen it, tell me when it happened, because I could be wrong. I ain't always right. But I think this is what sent Shamea down the course of saying on Watch What Happens Live, stay the course. You ain't got to jump ship. Why was there a ship? You saying two different things. You don't have to jump ship, but you could be friends with everybody. Well, if she can be friends with everybody, why are you equating her speaking to everybody as jumping ship, Shamea? Does your ship allow people to talk to other people? Because it's giving, if they're on the ship with you, and I'm using your words, the ship. If she on the ship with you, if she talked to other people, why do you take that as she jumped off the ship? Like all of that stuff, all that talking, all that extra talking and going on is giving me you talking till you tell on yourself. Okay? It just don't, some of this stuff ain't making no sense. Yvette say, exactly. I'm sick of seeing people say Porsha told them to go for Shamea. Where's the proof? Right. There's no proof. It's just like it's psychosis. Because this girl done sat up here and infantilized herself and trying to act like she's, some infantile, pure as the driven snow virgin from the Himalayas who ain't never did nothing, seen nothing, engaged in nothing, and everybody just taking advantage of poor little innocent, naive, nubile Shamea. Girl, cut the crap. You just as messy as everybody else. And this season, you've been showing that you more messy than some people. Okay? All these heifers messy and you one of them. Right. She created her own issues. And then now if anybody respond to it, they attacking her. I'm tired of her now. But this is what I think it was when she saw the episode, especially with K. Michelle sitting down talking with the other women, being normal. You know what I'm saying? She didn't agree with everything that was going on, and she spoke on it. Y'all excuse me, I got some Cheez-Its, the extra toasty too. But when she saw her being friendly, talking with people, being normal, not acting like a psychopath, not pretending like somebody offended her, not breaking out in tears, talking about plots, that triggered Shamea, just like Shamea got triggered when Kelli and Porsha fake made up, because they ain't made up, because Porsha fake and so is Kelli. And so when it was like, when Kelli said, I don't want to fight with you, and Porsha said, I don't want to fight with you either, they wasn't making up for real, but they was going to have a little fake truce, and they was going to move forward until something else happened, and they was going to run at it again. Shamea couldn't even stand for that, and Kelli knew it. That's why she didn't tell her. The first time Shamea heard about that was at their breakfast table. And the only reason that she heard about it then, hey, RJ, is because Drew was being messy because she knew Shamea was going to spaz out when she heard that. And she did. Went to making faces, batting her eyes like she trying to fight away spider webs, and then ran to that bedroom crying and called her mama, I feel attacked. You attacked because your friend made up with somebody she was arguing with? Girl, take your meds. So when she watched this here episode and she saw K. Michelle sitting down with Pinky and the rest of the ladies, and they sitting up eating and talking around a fire pit being normal, like nobody drugged her. The person that spilled your tea was Pinky. Pinky the one spilled your tea about, I'm ready for it, coming for me, and all this other stuff, and doing the DMX impression, saying your voice was getting raspy because you ready over there. You like Diamond and Crime Mob, you knucking and bucking and ready to fight. Pinky the one spilled your tea. It wasn't even Kay. Kay tried to soft sell it after the fact. I just think she just really going through it. You know, she just really going through it. Kay been sitting up there pleading your case like a son of a gun. She hollering about jumping ship and stay in the course, and all the girl did was be friendly with people. She felt like, okay, if you're gonna be a crash dummy for me, I need you to fight with everybody. I don't want you to get along with nobody. Every time they talk, I need you to suck your teeth and roll your eyes like Kelli. Kelli the only dummy running behind you doing that, because she needs somewhere to stay. And I don't blame her. Hell, if I was in her position and all I had to do was roll my eyes at some people to get free rent, man, I'd have been an eye rolling fool. I'd have been an eye rolling fool. I'd have set the alarm on my phone to remind me to roll my eyes if that's all I got to do to get some free rent. But that's neither here nor there. This is what set Shamea off, was seeing K. Michelle be normal. So she made that statement. But I'm going to tell y'all something. She counting on people knowing that K. Michelle got this instability, a little bit of mental instability. I ain't calling her crazy, but we saw behavior that wasn't stable. I'm going to say that. Okay. However, she counting on the instability to make people discount anything K. Michelle say. But what she's not counting on is the mental instability that's there. She's counting on that, making people discount what she say. But she didn't think about the fact K. Michelle is unstable enough that she's gonna blow up your spot. She's gonna tell your business. This is the other thing that messed her up, was that she's saying for Phaedra. She don't want her to like Phaedra because she don't like Phaedra because Phaedra is over there being freaking frack. You know, she's the other half of the freaking frack duo with Porsha. So that sent her over the edge. She really didn't like that K. Michelle sang for Phaedra. That sent her over the edge. That's why we got to hear about people jumping off ships and staying courses and stuff. Shamea thinks she cute and witty, and she's not. It's just not. Hold on. Did she delete them other ones? Did she delete them? Hold on. Oh, no. Here we go. Here we go. We got action. So let's get into this one. Kay said, definitely no advice needed from you on being a friend. Because remember, that was the segment Andy was doing when he was saying, you know, what could this person do to be a better friend? So K. Michelle says to Shamea, definitely no advice needed from you on being a friend. Me not messing with you has nothing to do with jumping ship. So now we didn't know that K. Michelle was currently not messing with Shamea. But now because you did what you did on that show, now we hearing stuff we didn't know, Shamea. She said, me not messing with you got nothing to do with jumping ship. And you know this. I have the same friends I've had all season. The difference now is I don't have to sit around and defend you all day, which that's what K. Michelle was doing. Dead that narrative about teams, because you know that's not what's happening. So at this point, I'm just like, here, I'm like everybody else. Inquiring minds want to know, because I didn't know that y'all, you know, really legit wasn't messing with each other. I'm thinking maybe some slick talk went on at the reunion. You unfollowed Shamea, Shamea unfollowed you. Shamea got up there talking about jumping ship, changing the course, yada, yada, yada. You could be friends with everybody, trying to pretend like, oh, to be friends with Porsha or Angela or anybody that means that in order to do that, she had to unfriend Shamea. So now we know she ain't messing with you. We know it's more to the story. And we know that she telling you, to me, this gives warning. You know that ain't why I ain't messing with you. So now, as a viewer, as a fan, as a watcher, I would like to know. I would like to know what it is. I would like to know, you know, what the hell went on. So she said that, and I guess that wasn't enough. She had not unloaded the clip. So then she tweets again. She said, "Girl, I just watched what you said." Mm-hmm. She said it's the third interview where she's trying to get ahead of it. So apparently something gonna come out. So she says Shamea trying to get ahead of whatever the hell finna come out, right? She says she trying to get ahead of what's finna come out and start a narrative that I'm jumping ship or switching teams when she knows everything I've dealt with her and what happened. I don't fall in line. So she wanted her to be a flunky like Kelli is what I'm getting from this. I can think for myself. I'm fair. I don't deal with her because of her. Not cool for a so-called friend. Okay. Because one thing about it and two things for sure. K. Michelle show defended her. Y'all saw that. K. Michelle was after defending her, even down to after she went to dinner and said, "Your mama's a hoe, let me touch your kid." Randomly out of nowhere. K. Michelle was like, even if she has to be held accountable for something, I don't want her to feel like she being ganged up on. Cynthia kept it real and was like, are these situations she calls herself, or are people picking on Shamea? And I saw people being mad at Cynthia for calling it what it is, but nah, man. Hey, Carrie Clark, thank you for being 156. Cynthia wasn't wrong, but K. Michelle was defending her then. She's defended her severally. I still believe I believe when K. Michelle was talking about a plot against her, I believe that came from Shamea. And I believe K. Michelle was covering for her when she was like, "No, she ain't tell me." This is the person that you flipping on and saying little slick stuff. This girl, while you counting on her mental instability to be your alibi, when she tell on you, you're not counting on the fact that she is easily excitable. She is very emotional. She's very impulsive. This person that you tried to take advantage of her instability, that same instability is going to make her tell on you. It's going to make her tell on you. Don't worry. It's going to come out. So this her saying that when we seen them interviews and stuff, but oh wow, it's just very interesting to me that this is the person you trying to trigger Porsha. You hoping she hit you, but trying to trigger K. Michelle is ridiculous because she's going to tell everything she knows. So now Kay says, "How about you do both us a favor and don't like me? Let that be your conclusion, because I'm going to defend myself every time." What's weird is creating a story every interview like I've done something to you. See, this is what Porsha didn't do. Can we talk about it? This is what Porsha didn't do. Shamea was going around creating stories about her. Get from back there. She was creating stories about Porsha, and Porsha act like she didn't see it. She was too big to acknowledge it. She ain't finna entertain it, all that. But the truth of the matter is, K. Michelle is not that kind of girl. So she's not going to say she's too big for it. She's not going to be like, "I'm too busy. I don't have time to address it." K. Michelle calling it out in real time. You pulling it with her, she ready for you. If you pull it with her, she ready for you. Like that's every single time. Porsha was like, "I'm too big. I'm too cool. I'm the big girl on campus. I don't have to address what you're doing." K. Michelle calling it out every single time. So she's like, "Hey, you trying to create a story in every interview," because that's absolutely what she did when it came to Porsha. Every interview she did, she everything she said, Porsha. And everybody like, "Dang, you doing a lot of interviews, and every interview is something about Porsha. What's going on?" Maybe she took them other ones down, but we finna go get it, right? We about to go get it, right? Hold on. Because I ain't letting none of them go. All that good gossip. I can tell you that. I ain't even messing with the ones from 3 days ago, where she mentioned the mama in the club with the 4 Africans. Because that was wild. Very wild. Hold on. So let's pull these up, child. Let's get it. Let's get into it. Okay. So these are the ones that everybody been putting on the blogs. These right here. Where she at Shamea. See, this how you know you're dealing with a country girl, because she gonna at you. Okay. What you say? Say Shamea tell on herself, and she's still mad over season 9. We moved on. Yeah, we done moved past all that. What's really funny to me is the fact that even with the season 9 of it all, you was doing just as much as Porsha. You sat up there with Candy and them while they talk trash about her, and you ain't say nothing. She sat up there with Phaedra talk trash about you, and she ain't say nothing. What makes you special? You know what, Flowers Bloom? I feel you if that's how you feel. Flowers Bloom says she feel like Porsha, Cynthia, and Phaedra have earned the right to act like they above that. They some OGs. Okay. I mean, if you feel that way. And that's cool. Like anybody can feel that way. Like if somebody doing something to you, there's no law that says you have to call out what somebody do to you in the moment. But there's no law that say you can't either. You know what I mean? You're dealing with somebody like Kimberly Michelle is not one of them people. She ain't gonna never feel like she too big to call you out. She just like Cardi B. And we know Cardi papered up, but that thing there ain't never too big to get in it, because she gonna get in it. She gonna go ahead and make tweets. She gonna do a Twitter Spaces. She finna go off and cuss and all that there. Porsha ain't gonna address it, and that's why Shamea got as far as she got. That's all I'm saying, because if Porsha had been calling it out in real time while she was doing it, the way that K Michelle is, we would have never got this far. So the first one that she apparently took down, because I couldn't find it on her Twitter page, she said at Shamea Morton, don't play coward games now. You ain't gonna shift the narrative on me. Your third time trying and speaking on me. You scared about what I might tell. So K Michelle saying, you trying to build a narrative, trying to make me look like I'm crazy. I turned on you to hang with some other girls, so when I tell on you, won't nobody believe it. She said, you scared about what I might tell. Hell, at this point, K Michelle, tell us. We ain't gonna tell nobody else. What are you know, girl? She said, tell them why I don't mess with you. Does the Waldorf ring a bell? She said, I'm loyal till I'm not. See, you could play fake victim with me. You can't play fake victim with me. I know too much. Chill. And then put hashtag watch what happens live. Now, what the hell was going on in New York City at the Waldorf Astoria? What was going on at the Waldorf? I almost called her Shanquia. Shamea. What the hell did you do at the Waldorf? Who was there? Why was y'all there? Who was y'all there to see? Georgia P said, I think Porsha anger management has her handling her temper to react differently. It could be anger management, but I think her mama and her sister is telling her not to react to people. Because we heard Lauren say it yesterday. Tish say, if Porsha would have been back on her YouTube channel talking about the episodes, I wish she was, but that don't mean she know what K Michelle know. Yeah, K Michelle is a TV OG too, though. I should have added her to that list. Yes, she could have. K Michelle definitely could have just said, you know what, I'm not going to address it. But K ain't that kind of girl. Shamea told all Porsha business to K. Oh, okay. You think that's what it is? I think it's got more to do with what her plans were for Porsha this season. But she said you can't play fake victim with her. So she's saying, if you try to pull the fake victim with me, I'm going to air you out. She said, I know too much. I said, wow. Okay, she know too much about what you had going on. So then she says, that's the one we read about the no advice needed or whatever. But the one I'm looking at the very bottom, I don't know if y'all can see it, is one line. She said the reunion need to hurry up. So she wants y'all to see what happened at the reunion. It's giving me something absolutely went down at that reunion. Okay? Something happened over there. Now, it's a receipt that somebody pulled that I need y'all to see. Okay? I hope y'all ready for this. I hope your hearts are ready. I hope your spirits are ready. It's a Waldorf in Atlanta too. See, I ain't know. I thought they was at the one in New York City. Something happened at the Waldorf because she said what happened at the Waldorf. I hope this show don't cause no divorce either. That's a good wallet man right there. I'm ready for it too because it feels like a lot of things went on at this reunion. During we're gonna get back to that bizarre appearance because when Andy mentioned about the reunion, she was like, I feel like I brought receipts that were, true to what I was feeling. And I'm like, girl, what happened at that reunion? Something went on. And we ain't even gonna talk about the fact that the other guests on the show apparently I don't know whether they watch the show or don't watch the show. And he said who should be paused, and that girl said Angela. And Shamea went to cheering like, yeah. And Andy was like, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. So I'm like, girl, they not getting rid of Angela. They not getting rid of Drew. Like you said, you was hoping Drew might be gone. That they're not getting rid of her either. None of that's gonna happen. And Lauren saying she thinking that her receipts fell flat. I believe it too. But get y'all heart ready because this the one they pull about her jobs, girl. Y'all look. It was the jobs for me. It was the jobs for me. I want y'all to get your hearts and minds right for this. I want y'all to get this here. Here we go. That's more like it. This about them jobs. Hey, Anna Filson. Y'all listen at this because this is something I didn't know. I was not privy to this information. I wasn't. I didn't even know. Gary with the T, by the way. Love Gary with the T. Y'all get ready. Get ready, child. Get ready.
Talented. Yeah. Even when you was first hosting, trying to be a host for the Hawks, like she had been a part of the family because she had been cheering, but she wanted to transition into hosting. So I was calling the people
even down to radio, like it was like, yo,
lock it in. Like I could introduce you.
So she introduced me to was it Ryan? I don't know if you introduced me to Ryan, but anyway, she helped me get my foot in the door on Tigger's show for sure. Because I was like, I'm talking to him a little bit, but let me go and put a little call Reggie Rouse for me. So she had to call Reggie Rouse, and that was it.
You had your own talented. Yeah. Even
now, I'm gonna let it play again, but I want y'all to let this sink in. Much as she brag about, I got this, I got that, girl, Shamea looking like an opportunist, y'all. So you were super friends. You wanted to be super friends with Candy. Because Candy can get you plugged into places in Atlanta. You didn't start being Porsha friend, according to you, until she got on RHOA. Because you said y'all didn't get close to after she divorced Cordell. But I'm gonna play this one more time, where we're hearing me for the first time. I don't even know how I missed this. Hey AF, I saw the sneak peek, honey. But listen now. now I'm hearing for the first time, me, because I missed it before. I don't know how I missed it, but I did. That she got the job hosting for the Hawks and the Falcons because of Kandi. Kandi did that. She ended up getting the job at the radio station with Tigger and them because of Kandi. And I'm going to tell you what I want you to see here. I'm going to play it again, and I want y'all to watch Kandi's face. So Kandi is telling Gary, you know, what happened and how it went down. Shamea tried to hurry up and talk over her when she was talking about the Hawks and the Falcons, the hosting job for the Hawks and the Falcons, because Kandi was explaining how she got her that job. And she talked over her. I'm like, oh yeah, but you introduced me to Ryan, or who was it? You know, Kandi made this face like, she want me to shut up. So she got quiet, but Kandi had this look on her face. Then she said, well, you know, you definitely got me in the door, my foot in the door with Tigger. No, she got you that job with Tigger. And she got you that job hosting with the Hawks and the Falcons. And then you used Porsha to get this job on RHOA. At this point, Shamea, which job did you get? Which job did you get on your own? I'm going to play this again, and I want every one of y'all to zoom in on Kandi's face when Shamea started talking over her to try to make her be quiet. She want to use Kandi, but she don't want to give Kandi credit for her connections and her networking ability and her social capital in the city of Atlanta. Okay? Watch Kandi's face. She went from smiling to pushing her lips up like, look.
Talented. Yeah. Even when you was first hosting, trying to be a host for the Hawks, like she had been a part of the family because she had been cheering, but she wanted to transition into hosting. So I was calling the people
even down to radio, like it was like, yo,
lock it in. Like I could introduce you.
So she introduced me to was it Ryan? I don't know if you introduced me to Ryan, but anyway, she helped me get my foot in the door on Tigger show for sure. Because I was like, I'm talking to him a little bit, but let me
look at the look on Kandi's face. Look at the look on Kandi's face, and see what's gonna burn Shamea in the end. If Kandi hold grudges, Kandi sit up and smile in your face and be holding grudges just like you, Shamea. Be careful. I done seen that look on her face before. I done seen that look on her face before.
Let me go and put a little call Reggie Rouse for me. So she had to call Reggie Rouse, and that was it.
Because you had your own
talented. Yeah. Even when
y'all seen that, right? Child. Baby, listen. Peanut in the chat. It's giving Shamea's a whole opportunist. If that say Kandi face is saying you playing with me, that's exactly what it was saying. I said, wait just a minute. What is going on? Ms. Nisa, I've been saying Shamea's a leap. She used Porsha to get close to Kandi. She all up Kandi, but yeah, trying to milk her for all she worth. So that's why Kandi told her to dance. Say that explains the bonding with Kelli. Two opportunists see each other. Yep, on Mad Day, both of them will tell all your business. Everything they know and make up what they don't. Ain't that something? So she's sitting up there. First of all, during this Watch What Happens live interview appearance, whatever you want to call it, people is assuming that she pregnant because she said she had a big announcement with music. So I'm like, a big announcement with music don't mean pregnancy. But people assuming she pregnant. It could be her. If she is, that would be good. Yep. But if she was, that would be good. That way, you know, I hope it would be good. I don't know if it's any, major, threat to her health carrying a baby. But if she is having a baby, I hope it's a healthy baby and it's a healthy pregnancy. She mess around and Kelli gonna drain her. Child, she gonna mess around and Kelli gonna sleep with her man. Now that's what the hell gonna end up happening. But you ain't heard it from me. But yeah, I don't think so. We talked about the outfit. The strange business of her licking the corner of her mouth, like trying to imitate Porsha licking her mouth. That was weird. Her cheering when that lady said Angela should be put on pause, and Andy said that ain't gonna happen. That ain't happening. And then she was still making comments calling that lady Big Ange. First of all, RIP to the real Big Ange. That's real disrespectful. Big Ange gone. That lady lost her life and she gone from cancer. And you calling Angela Big Ange, and Angela ain't even big. If Angela is big, please somebody make me that version of big, because she's just as slender and built so nice. I don't know why she keep calling that lady big. Is it because of her height? I never saw you call Nene big or Cynthia big, and these are all tall ladies. So you didn't call Marlo big, but this Big Ange, big burly. I don't know what she thinks I don't know what she going for, but the Big Ange didn't land. The look on Andy's face was everything. He kept looking like he was smelling something the entire time, but it absolutely didn't land. And RIP to the real Big Ange, okay? Oh, and RIP to Bigger Rankin. Anybody that's, from the Florida area, y'all know who Bigger Rankin is. He did pass today. Oh, and congrats to Suki Hana, because she had her beautiful little girl today. Okay, back to our regular scheduled program. Then he asked about who was the worst dressed. And she made this strange thing about Big Ange being the worst dressed because I guess her feet were swollen. And that was a strange take, with being somebody with your own health issues, why you can't have children easy, and your baby got health issues, and you talking about her ankles being swollen. We're women. We're not babies. Sometimes your feet can swell. Like, you don't know whether it was a circulation issue, whether it was what, but it was just weird. She was the worst dressed because the straps was digging into her ankles, and then she changed shoes. So she changed shoes? Really? Changing shoes is the worst dress. Yeah, girl, I was hurt when Big Ange died. I couldn't believe that she called, using Big Ange's name. Like, that's so disrespectful. That's a disrespectful cow. Yeah, Bigger Rankin is gone. He's gone. I woke up and saw that today. I was like, whoa, life is too short. Life is too short. But like Cynthia told her, my feet big too. Tall people have big feet. I'm 5'10" and a half. My feet big. Everybody that's tall got big feet, because if you got little bitty feet, you're gonna be tipping over and busting your chin. She's weird. Like, it's given she don't have nothing to say about that lady, so she just saying the dumbest things. Kelli was easily the worst dressed. You know what, Sean? I agree. We ain't even seen the outfits for the reunion, and I'm willing to bet money Kelli was the worst dressed, because she always is. See you who's say Shamea need interview training. Absolutely. Blessed woman of God say I got big feet. Everybody I hang with wear size 10. I don't know what to tell you. Say y'all talk right. Y'all talk people wouldn't look right with tall people wouldn't look right with tiny feet. We'll look crazy as hell. She can't. I guess that's why she just gonna dress like Porsha, because y'all like Porsha outfits. Y'all gonna have to like hers too. Cynthia Bailey told Shamea, stop calling people Bigfoot. Yeah, like you're not Nicki Minaj. It was weird when she did it. Damaris says she's short with big feet. Nene checked her on the show before season 11 at the table. I think it was Barcelona. She shut up real quick. Even, listen, if Shamea paid for Kelli dress, it still ain't gonna look like nothing. Couture Base say, I have big feet. I'm tall. Thank you. I'm just not sure how I would even be able to walk with a size 6 foot. As tall as I am, I think it would look a little crazy. I think Angie would look crazy. We heard Uncle Charles tell her, so what if your feet big? He was like, how you gonna walk if they're little? How if they was little, how would you look with little feet? You tall. It don't make no sense. But anyway, off of that, we dealt with the tweets or whatever. It's given K Michelle gonna end up being the one to expose Shamea this season, just like Britt Edie, Angela and Drew exposed her last season. It's given she gonna end up being the one to expose her this season, like you asked for it. Kelli ain't gonna out you, and I guess she felt like, well, I didn't really tell Pinky no real dirt. You just lied and told Pinky that Phaedra said something she didn't. Tanya S say this guy had jokes. I told him I'd look stupid being tall with small feet. But you have some big teeth, Mr. Ed. Oh no, not the teeth. Not you went for the teeth. Mm-hmm. Let's say you weigh a 10 too, Miss Nisi. Okay. Shout out to the 5'9" girls. That's right. That's right. Ain't wrong with you not having T90 feet. I don't need that. Pink Pilates Princess said, small feet scare me. I think it's a birth defect. Well, baby, if you 5'10" with a small foot, it is absolutely a birth defect. So moving right along, we got to talk about Angela's post. So Angela went and posted a video where she was still in the club, y'all. Shamea done sat up there and lied, and everybody ran when Porsha ran. What are they in Porsha's litter? Are they trying to get wigs from Go Naked? All this stuff. Them people ain't leave when Porsha left. They didn't. Shamea had time to come in there, sang that whole tied behind song. Angela was there long enough to record her singing the song. Phaedra was standing next to her in the video. But by the time she told it, because she trying to spin a narrative, they all ran out when Porsha left. What are they part of her litter? And these people done stay around to try to, not make it so awkward for you. They should have left when they wanted to. K. Michelle gonna stay on the show and expose Shamea. That's what I think. That's exactly what I think. To obey. Georgia Pete say crazy part next season. Porsha can chill again. Crazy. Yep, Porsha gonna be able to chill again because Shamea. This the thing. This is where I know Shamea ain't smart. She tried when she was up there. Yes, girl, litter like she called them dogs. Okay, Yvonne say she wears size 11. I know that's right, girl. Listen. Shamea, as much as she sat up there with Carlos King bragging about going to school because she want to seem smart, because she want to highlight that, oh, I'm smarter than Porsha. You not that smart, baby. Now, I know I said Porsha ain't smarter than a 5th grader, but I'm thinking that you not much brighter than her. Hell, at this point, I think Porsha got more sense than you, Shamea, because you so focused on you want to take Porsha down. Porsha's a bad person. Porsha mama a hoe. Porsha grandmama a hoe. Porsha greedy grandmama a hoe. All this crazy stuff to make people go at this girl, right? Well and good, right? Porsha's done enough stuff to deserve her lashings. Porsha gonna do some more stuff to make people go after her again without you having to help them. People gonna go after Porsha anyway, because Porsha gonna always be doing something she ain't got no business. All you gotta do is wait. But no, you working overtime trying to get Porsha. You mad with other people who ain't attacking Porsha. You creating situations with people, and people creating situations with you. But if you come back next season, you're going to be so busy still putting out all these fires that you got going, you still ain't going to be able to do nothing with Porsha. Because Angela ain't going to leave you alone, because you still talking about Charles. She sat up there and watched What Happens Live. How can you be a better friend? What she say about Angela? Stop trying to dig up drama on me. Focus on your family life. Now, if Angela start talking about your family life, mentioning your husband or your children, you'll have a whole hissy fit and a large fry. So that ain't over. Angela gonna still be bang, bang, bang shooting at you. You trying to be fake friendly with Drew, but y'all can't keep the peace because you want to be a victim and she do too. So y'all finna still be shooting it out. Now, you done picked it with K. Michelle, and she, in the words of Lil' Kim, K. Michelle is a bag of pecans. And she know your business. Let that sink in. You picking a fight with a bag of pecans who knows your business. And you told her your business because you wanted her to really be in your corner, helping you go after Porsha and Drew. You done had her around your mama so she could, potentially repeat everything your mama said. Because when she mentioned that, she was like, your mama shouldn't have been in the club at a table with me tearing down one of your fellow cast members with 4 random Africans. That's what she said, not me. So now you got an unstable bag of pecans who knows your tea that you definitely going to have to spar with when you come back. You kept taking shots at Cynthia Bailey, and we know Cynthia Bailey, she ain't to be trusted either. That thing there, passive aggressive, and she gonna shoot shots at you. And in situations where she could cool it down and smooth it out, she ain't. She gonna stir the pot and make it and keep it hot. So you still ain't gonna be able to run at Porsha like you want to. The real question is, why are you so desperate to run at Porsha? That is so freaking weird. And at this point, it's given every other day. You keep getting caught in a new lie. They all ran out the club. They part of Porsha Glitter, only for Angela to come and post on social media the video that she took with her phone, standing in the club, listening to you sing that Tied Behind song poorly. It was very bad karaoke of your own song. Half the time the track was playing and you was barely singing. Now let's tell the truth and shame the devil. Only reason I ain't playing it now because I'm not risking no copyright strike for that Tied song. And I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna move along. When she sat up there and would manage to sing a few notes along with the background track, the karaoke track of her song, her voice didn't sound nothing like the track. So you know what I'm about to say, don't you? If you don't, you should. I'm gonna eat a cheese while y'all tell me what I'm finna say. What y'all think I'm finna say? Nobody? No takers? See, last year, I thought Porsha was being messy, trifling, mean, when she said, Shamea, that ain't you. That's Drew, ain't it? That ain't you. And she kept saying it. I'm like, why are you doing that? That's so weird. She was doing that because it did not sound like Shamea. And we sat there and listened to that doggone video in the club with your track playing. But when she went to singing into the microphone, you didn't sound like that. The person on the track, and then when you went to singing, you sounded like Weezy Jefferson. Who the hell was on the track, Shamea? Say she lip sync. She doing more than lip syncing. Somebody auto-tuning and everything else. Right. Pink Pilates Princess. Who Billy Goat is this? Y'all know that's my favorite song. Whose Billy Goat is this? We don't get to play it no more because Candy gone. Kelli need this job, so she definitely returning if she gets an offer. Yeah, if they offer, she coming back. The auto-tune was so heavy that when Shamea was singing that song, y'all don't know how bad I wish I would not get a copyright strike for playing that clip. I'm going to say, like I said before, if y'all are not watching me on your phones, if you're not watching me on your phones, please go and pull up that clip. It's on Twitter. It's on Instagram, Bravo Shade Room. Go to Twitter, put hashtag RHOA Angela Oakley, or go to Angela Oakley page and watch that clip. When Shamea was actually singing, she didn't even sound nothing like her own song. Now I'm getting it. Do I think it's right? No. Porsha still shouldn't have called that out. If that's your friend, why you calling it out? If your friend up here faking the phone, let her fake the phone. Because she say that's her. Oh, that's you. Oh, girl. Ooh, child, you sure sound just like your somebody. You ain't had to call it out. But I be John Brown. The track sounded like somebody whisper singing, which I can't stand, which is why I don't like Drew Sidora's voice. And I don't like anybody's voice that's whispering. I don't like whispers. You're the singer or you're not. But that track sound like one of them girls that's be whisper singing. Hey, Sheila Diane, thank you for being 180. And then when she went to singing, I say, George. I said, not Weezy Jefferson, no ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Not Weezy Jefferson. Not moving on up. Not to a deluxe apartment in the sky. That ain't Weezy, is it? Ain't sound nothing like the track. I say, oh, Shamea. Shamea, one of them people that's real great on the surface. We don't need to look at her too good. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't look too close. It's like when somebody, paint their toenails on the way out the door after they done already put their sandals on. As long as you look at it in passing, it's fine, but don't examine it. Shamea is one of them people you cannot examine. Don't examine her too close because you're going to see something that you ought not to see. She did say she thought it sounded like Drew because Drew is a whisper singer. The track sound like somebody whisper singing. That's why Porsha was like, that ain't you. That's Drew, right? But she kept saying it. Now, that's why I fought Porsha. You kept saying it. You ain't had no business. Sizzler sometimes be whisper singing, but I have heard Lil Solana actually sing. I've heard her actually sing, but she do whisper sing sometimes. A lot of these new girls be whisper singing. You know, they're not giving us Aretha and Patty. They're not giving us Jill Scott. They're not giving us Shaka Khan. They're not even giving us Mary J. They're not coming from the gut. They're not coming from the gut. They're coming from the back of their throat. Instead of la 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 la, they're giving us la 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 la. Whispering. Did you go listen to it, Connie? One of y'all that went and listened to it, come back and tell me. Sound like two different people. And then gonna say them girls didn't stay. They did stay. You should be wishing they didn't stay because Angela recorded that and I heard it. Sitting there telling them lies for no reason. Deborah said, yeah, that's why I can't with Brandy. The whiskey singing is not for me. Girl, I ain't never been a Brandy fan. They be talking about the vocal Bible and all that. I'm like, I've heard more range on the toaster. I never bought it. See, a lot of them whisper because they can't sing or they talk singing. It's weird, super weird. Say they give and listen to this secret. Absolutely. Connie went and listened to it, so she heard what I'm saying. Right. Anna Filson, I'm with you. Porsha was being messy. Now I feel like the first Shamea, that ain't you, that could have been real. You never know with Porsha because you know she could be phony as hell too. But after Shamea say, yeah, that is me, and she kept saying, no, that ain't, that's Drew. She was being messy. She knew that girl was saying that was her song, and she kept saying it like she wanted everybody else to figure out that they had done auto-tune the hell out that song. Hey, Lynette, you went and listened, girl. That's crazy. Whitney was a hell of a singer. I wanted to see and hear Porsha sing Flatline at the club. She probably would have, and we would have all had us a good kiki, but Shamea showed up kicking her leg like a mule and got up there singing like Weezy Jefferson, and Porsha ran. She got away from her because she says that Shamea's unpredictable. So listen, that's what had happened. And so then Cynthia on one of the blogs that reposted the post that Angela Oakley put up, Cynthia commented and said, and I also stayed to the end of her song. Because if y'all remember, when they was on their way to the cemetery, not lowercase and cursive singles, when they was on their way to the cemetery, remember, Kelli brought it up. Y'all left quicker than Costco samples. And so Cynthia shut that down. First of all, I stayed and listened to your whole song. Shamea tried to pretend like she didn't hear Cynthia. Well, I thank you for, I'm glad, you did stay and greet me. She did not stay and greet you, hooker. She stayed to the end of your tired song that you couldn't even sing. She stayed to the end of your song that you were not capable to actually sing the way it was on the track. The mic was on and you wished it would. Then she pretended like she ain't here because she was gonna still push that narrative, calling people little, saying they want wigs and stuff and promo wigs and all that. Only for Angela Oakley to post the receipts, and Cynthia restated the exact statement that she made during the episode when they were on their way to the cemetery. Energy vampire and constant victim. Child constant. Y'all like this video, please don't do me wrong. Sorry about my uppercase. It was a girl. I don't care nothing about no uppercase. This ain't one of them places. Y'all can type any way you want to, long as you misspell your cuss words and don't disrespect nobody in this chat. Shamea is the epitome of single black female when it comes to Porsha. Pray for her. I don't know what else to say because something is weird. And the fact that she keep mentioning that girl child, y'all, that don't sit right with me. I'm telling you, it's giving roots. It's giving roots. It's giving rooty as hell. It's giving something ain't making no sense. Okay? It's giving Houston, we have a problem. Now, the last thing I want to mention, I'm not pulling it up because I don't care that much, but I'm going to mention it. When they was during that scene, that final scene on last night's episode of RHOA for Phaedra's birthday, and they all Phaedra and not Phaedra, but Cynthia and Porsha wanted to say something nice and heartfelt about Phaedra, which it makes sense. It could only be them because the rest of them don't really have a relationship with Phaedra. Shamea has known Phaedra for almost as long, but they don't have a good relationship. Okay. Me too. I'm convinced they dealing in roots. I'm convinced that Shamea and her mom and them deal in roots. For real. So when the Porsha got to hers, oh, you such a good friend. I know she was laying it on thick. Yes. Porsha was laying it on thick, but I think she meant most of what she said. I think she was saying it the way she said it to be funny and, poke with, your mama's a hoe. Let me touch your kid, but I do believe she was sincere in what she was saying, right? Because her and Phaedra do have a relationship. They've been had a relationship. They fell out after the whole thing with Candy in the dungeon and all that. But then they got back in good together and they've been good. Some friends is like that. It don't matter when you fall out. When you come back together, it's like you ain't missed no time. And what I noticed was the people who were disputing the validity of their friendship was people who don't even know them people. Y'all don't even know them people. Angela Oakley don't know them people to be talking about some Porsha trying to convince us that Shamea never mattered. That's stupid as hell. Angela sound dumb because at the end of the day, when Porsha was friends with Phaedra, she was still friends with Shamea. So her being friends with Phaedra doesn't mean that Shamea never mattered or Shamea didn't exist, because she was clearly at one point friends with both of these people. So that's number one. Just last season, she was being friends with both of these people. Matter of fact, just last season, while they was down there on the little island, when the group split up, Shamea was with the old school girls, wasn't she? And they all had a hell of a time. The only person went with the new chicks was Drew. And they was over there dry as a chip and couldn't come up with nothing to say. Shamea was hanging with Porsha and Phaedra. So Angela to me sounded stupid. Oh, Porsha trying to convince us Shamea never mattered. No, Porsha was laying it on thick to poke at Shamea, but she was definitely being genuine about her friendship with Phaedra. Okay. Now, then, right, Damaris says she called Phaedra when she needed support last season, hence the last minute edition. No, I don't know about that, because it wasn't a last minute edition. We had already been told way beforehand that Phaedra was going to be joining the show. We just didn't realize that it was just going to be the last 2 episodes. But Phaedra wasn't added at the last minute. That was already planned that Phaedra was going to be added. But y'all know she was over there with the Medicare ladies, so she had to come late. Like, she couldn't just come at the beginning of the season because she had to finish out the Medicare show. She had to finish that out first. Now, also, it was Shamea for me. Oh, you calling her all of a sudden she your bestie. And I was trying to figure out, in my Porsha boys, who said that, because I didn't hear this hair getting on my nerves. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know where to put it. I don't know what to do with it. I apologize. But anywho, she's like, all of a sudden, that's your bestie. And I'm sitting there like, Porsha ain't called that woman her bestie. She said she's a good friend and they done been through ups and downs and she was there for her when she didn't have nobody else to call and all of that. So we don't know what's true, what's not true, but that's what she said. Shamea has done equated that to she's your bestie and then said she didn't even come to your wedding. So I'm like, Shamea, you claim Porsha didn't come to your wedding, even though she went to one of your weddings. So since Porsha didn't go to your wedding in Kenya, does that mean she wasn't your best friend? Because you still calling Porsha your best friend after you claim she didn't come to your wedding all them years ago. Why are you saying all of a sudden she your bestie, but she ain't even come to your wedding? Why are you keeping track? Then you got Kelli of all people. This the one that had the people pulling receipts, y'all. Kelli up here talking about this is very calculated. They're not friends like that. They're not on each other's social media. Baby, the people went pulling receipts. I'm talking about New Year's receipts, 4th of July receipts, trips to Nigeria together receipts, Cowboy Carter receipts, receipts at the friend's house for this, receipts when they out for that. They went to pulling all the receipts. And I just feel like it's kind of weird. Why do they have to prove that they're real friends when we done seen these people being real friends? Why is it that Shamea and Kelli act like nobody can be friends with Porsha? Like, why? It's like they're trying to create an environment where anybody who's friends with Porsha is a bad person. Or if anybody is saying they're friends with Porsha, it can't be real because nobody wants to be friends with Porsha. Girl, you want to be friends with Porsha. Even after you don't call her mama a hoe. If Porsha says she'll be your friend right now, you'll crawl over there. Not because you like Porsha, but because you feel like you can use her for something, just like you use Kandi to get that job as the Hawks and the Falcons hostess, and you use Kandi to get that job at the radio station with Big Tigger and them in the morning. You use Porsha to get on RHOA. And if you could be up under Porsha tomorrow, you'll be up under Porsha behind tomorrow without even asking if she washed it properly. Because you know proximity to her will help you get access to places that you would not otherwise be granted access to. Simple. Simple. In conclusion, Shamea done been caught lying again. Her Watch What Happens Live appearance was very bizarre, and it was interesting to watch Andy Cohen continually cut her off when she talked about who was the worst dressed and called Angie Big Ange. Andy cut her off, just started talking over her and shut her down. He kept making faces. That appearance on Watch What Happens Live was very off-putting for a lot of reasons. It's weird. The mentioning of Porsha's kid is weird. Angela Oakley came in with the proof that you lied. Them people didn't run out that club like roaches when you walked in. I still call roots on the child situation. It's giving roots. I would also say that it was very interesting for me to learn today. I was today years old when I learned that the only jobs that she got through people. The jobs that she brags about, she got through people. She didn't get them on her own. She uses people to get things. It's getting to be very strange. It's getting to be a very strange environment. And I think when it comes to K. Michelle, we just have to watch what happens. It may not be live, but we definitely got to watch what happens. And at this point, I'm ready for the reunion because clearly something happened at that reunion. And whatever happened at that reunion did not leave a very good taste in Andy Cohen's mouth towards Shamea. After that reunion, he's absolutely sold on keeping Angela Oakley. He ain't getting rid of Porsha. And things are getting interesting. The fact he had K. Michelle in the first seat, he ain't getting rid of her either. So basically, everybody that you done picked a fight with is still going to be there. So if they allow you to come back, just know what kind of season you're going to have. And the rest of us don't want to hear tears and lies all season 18. I know I don't. Yeah, Brian, you're right. Andy always lets you know which housewives he actually likes. He always does. Always. So yeah, things are about to get very interesting. Things are about to get very, very interesting. I don't know what's going to happen with Kelli. I don't see a purpose in her coming back, but maybe it's like a humiliation thing. If she's willing to come back and still be humiliated, that they'll be okay with it. I don't know. Kelli's a hater. Wish she could be living in the house that Porsha's in now. Of course she is. She don't like that Porsha has what she has. Porsha got a prenup. You didn't. Like, I don't know what else to say. I don't even know like what the animosity is. Most women, if you sign a prenup and you're, been allotted certain things, when the marriage ends, the marriage dissolves, you should collect your things. Shine Bright said, without Shamea, Kelli has no chance. Without Shamea, how is Kelli going to be on the show? Because Kelli's living in that girl's house. Unless she's going to hurry up and go try to rent a place before they start filming if Shamea's not there. Plus, she pretty much called Andy a liar about Porsha wanting her to be on the show. Yes, you know what? I forgot about that. Maybe that's why Andy not feeling her, because she did call him a liar. Andy sat there and said, yeah, this girl has always wanted you to be on the show. That's not true, but I let it land. What do you mean you let it land? It's either true or it's not. Brian say, when Kay knows that she right, she will not quit. Shamea needs to be careful, very careful. You're absolutely right. That's one thing we know about K. Michelle from the past. If she knows she in the right, she ain't dropping it. She ain't dropping it. And I don't think she ready for that level of unstable. Oh, you really think she sealed her own fate? Do y'all okay, let me ask y'all this before we go. Put a 6 in the chat if you see there being a way for Shamea to turn this around. Because I'm not against it. She can turn it around. I do need her to stop that weird Rudy stuff. Put a 6 in the chat if you see that there's possibly a way for her to turn this around. Put an 8 in the chat if there's no chance in hell. Word on the street, Drew and Kelly supposed to be gone. Yeah. Which word? From who? Where did Shamea go against Andy on Carlos? No, she said it on episode before last when she said when she told Porsha, your mama a hoe. Let me touch your kid. She told her, you sat up there on the reunion and said that you always wanted me to be on the show, and that's a lie. And production quickly showed Andy Cohen saying, yeah, she absolutely did want you on the show. Oh my Lord, I see a lot of 8s. Political Junkie said it's a 6. She see it's a possibility. It's a way to turn it around. I think it's a way. Now, do I think she's savvy enough to do it? That's another question. But I do think it's a way. Yeah, I feel like it's a way. I'm kind of like a 7. I know I set the scale at 6 and 8, but I'm going to say I'm a 7. Because I think it's a way to, but I don't think Shamea's going to have the sense enough to do it. Kelly will be the only one who needs a co-signer. Ooh. She needs to actually be accountable and quit acting obtuse about why the ladies are mad. Yeah, that would be the best way to turn this around. Just be like, you know what? I was just wrong. I was just wrong. I was tripping. Hey, Tasha. Tasha said 8. Dang. Brendan Shaver said 8. Brenda Shaver said 8. Golly. Taco Tuesday, you say 8 too? How you doing, Taco Tuesday? Right, Brian. She would have to be accountable. She's not going to be able to get out of this. Like, what Kendrick Lamar told Drake? You ain't going to be able to Tootsie slide out of this one. You can't Tootsie slide out of this one. She going to have to, like, literally walk up and deal with it. She's not going to be able to Tootsie slide out of this. Like, it just ain't going to happen. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Like, I don't know how she thinks that could work. You're not going to be able to play dumb, pretend like somebody did something to you. They forced you to do it. None of that ain't going to get it. The only way out of this is to just say, look, I was wrong. I was tripping. I was emotional. I was just doing stuff. I was being a butthole. Like, you're going to have to own all of it. Shine Bright said there's a way, but she's not good for TV. Yeah, she ain't. Okay, Tasha, this is way too much. I can't believe this. And I've always seen that Shamea was shady, messy, and trifling a little bit, you know, but how you gonna be friends with Porsha unless you are, right? But I did not know that it was gonna spiral out of control to this degree. Antoinette said, I can't stomach another Shamea apology. What about a real apology? Because she's been giving fake ones. What if she do a real one? Would that work? She just need to stay in her castle. It's a beautiful castle. Flowers blooming said, oh, and who said they don't want a YouTube apology from her? Panky. Panky said that she don't want to see another YouTube apology with music in the background. Because that was weird. That was really, really weird. That was super weird of her to do. Yeah, we don't want to see another one of those. But what I will say, though, is we got to watch and see what happens. We got to watch and see what happens. I don't have a good feeling about where this is going. I didn't see it going this far. I didn't know Shamea was going to be like that much of a train wreck on the show. Like I said, all of the plotting and overproducing and trying to spin narratives and pit this person against that person. We have, even though I'm going to say this season has been entertaining. So I'm not going to pretend like I've not been entertained at points in this season, right? But all of that stuff has made it where we didn't get a lot of the legit reality TV drama we would have gotten. Tasha said liability, colorist narrative from big content, talking about P's mama. Yeah. All of that was crazy town. the paid sites, the sites that normally just post information or like on a campaign to frame her as a victim, or people are being colorist. I had to catch a clown in my chat calling me colorist. I'm like, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Go find something safe to do. Because I ain't never been that. But I'm not going to pretend like you not wrong just because you have a lovely complexion. Her complexion is divine. It's heavenly. But if you're wrong, you're wrong. And I'm not going to pretend you're not. I'm not going to pretend you're not. It's gotten really weird. But I just, like with all of the, like the way she said, I'm not going to say she did it, but that we feel, and I feel like it's more likely than not that she had a hand in K. Michelle picking weird fights with Drew Sidora. All that going on. Drew didn't even get to tell but one lie all season. Did y'all notice that? Drew Sidora normally has told 50 to 60 lies by this point in the season. Easily 50 to 60 lies Drew Sidora would have told. Drew ain't told but one lie all season. Are y'all aware of that? Seriously. Drew Sidora has only told one lie all season. That ain't like her. Drew been lying since she got on that show. That's what she known for. But because of what happened, and constantly, you put my name with black. You keep saying that I know black. You want people to think I'm going with black. All this stuff, lying on the girl to her face, all that. Drew ain't been able to tell but one lie all season. Hell, at that point, I didn't even make a fuss. Y'all know I normally raise hell when I catch them lying. I didn't even say nothing when I caught Drew lying this season because, hell, y'all ain't let the girl get her lies off. Y'all ain't even let her get her lies off. And y'all know by now, Drew posted and told 50 to 60 lies minimum. Drew lie about stuff she don't even have to lie about. Not this season. Not this season. Angela was supposed to be overacting and doing a lot of stuff. She gave us a little bit with Pinky when she told that girl her teeth was incestuous and commingling. But after that, it's been kind of drab because she just going back and forth with Shamea. Shamea's stuff is eating up everything. She up there got K. Michelle pretending like Porsha offended her by asking her if she had a miscarriage and pretending like she's upset because Porsha dated a guy that she also dated in Atlanta when all y'all dating the same people over and over again. Half the stupid stuff that Porsha would have done that we could have legitimately dragged her for, she didn't even get to do it because she had to spend all her time avoiding conversations about Shamea. At this point, I need Shamea to either give a real apology, take accountability, not know if I offended somebody, if I did whatever. No, like literally state what you did, state that it was wrong, state why you know it was wrong, and then make a commitment not to act like that no more. Or she need to go. She need to go. Because somebody said, Antoinette said she keep forgetting Drew in the room. Maybe that's why Drew keep inserting in other people's conversations. Because when Drew can't lie, what can she do? In Drew's defense, they got her there to be the lying relief. That she lies, but she can't even lie. She can't even lie. I'm not even gonna charge this one to Drew. That would have been like us watching Potomac and a whole season where Stacey Rush or Mia Thornton ain't told no lies. That's what they do. That's what they do. This is crazy. Nika J say Shamea was telling K. Michelle that about black. She had to be. She had to be. For her to sit down after that Star Spangled Banner foolishness and tell Drew where you was talking about her, putting her name with your, to when you was talking about your dude black, and Drew was like, no, I didn't. Drew looked so confused. I don't think Drew know how to defend herself from no lies. She the one supposed to be telling them. This is a mess. This is a mess. So listen, that's what happened. We got it out. We done covered the Watch What Happens Live. We done covered the tweets. We done covered the receipts. We done uncovered old footage from last year where Candy outed Shamea that she the one got her the job hosting for the Falcons and for the Hawks. And she got her the job with Big Tigger in the morning on the radio. And we already know that Porsha got her the job on Bravo. And then she ran around saying Porsha didn't want her there. So let's see what else goes on. Let's just see what else happens, y'all. Let's watch what happens. But listen, we done been here for 2 hours, 7 minutes, and 4 seconds. So you know it's time to go. It's late night. Y'all got to go to bed. And I will talk to you as the gossip permits. Y'all know what time it is. If you didn't hit that like button on the way in, I need you to please hit the like button. On this good channel over here on this one. All right. If you're not in Discord, get in Discord, because I always let my Discord crew know where I'm at first. They always know how to find me. And also on top of all of that, make sure that you subscribe to the channel so you can come back. You know we're happy to have you. You know you like being here. So please subscribe to the channel. Okay. If you want to join channel membership, there's a join button beneath the video and a membership link in the description box. Also in that description box, we have the link to my book, Little Girl, Big World. It is a survival guide for girls leaving home for the first time. Make sure that you get a copy for every little girl in your life, even if they've been gone from home for about a year or so. If they still need safety tips and stuff, grab it. If you can't afford it, reach out to me in Discord, and I will see to it that you get one free of charge. Okay. We also have the link to our merchandise store so you can get your crown gear and represent the royal family. And we have our Amazon links there as well. Somebody told me to add gummy candies to it because I love my gummy candies and stuff. And I did add gummy candies to my wish list on Amazon. Giovanna, I'm going to go ahead and put the Discord link in the chat so you can pop right on in. Everybody's welcome to Discord. Okay. So let me go ahead and grab that. And I'm going to put that bad boy in there. Link copy. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna slide it on in there because everybody is welcome, and we do want y'all to come on and make yourselves at home. Okay, absolutely. I think I speak for everybody when I say that. We want you to make yourselves at home. Sometimes I'm not as savvy with the computer as I need to be, or these phones, technology period. Okay, the Discord link is in the chat. So listen, y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. Head to bed. Good night. Sweet dreams. Say your prayers. Remember to be positive and productive tomorrow. Encourage the ones around you. Encourage yourself. And remember, in case nobody else says it, God loves you. I love you. And there's nothing you can do about it. Talk to y'all again as the gossip permits. Okay.